Howdy all. Had to put this together. I was kind of shocked to read this. We have noticed an uptick in the number of, there are more scams than there's just more schools like scamming kids out of more tuition money. But they're saying, look, you're going to pay to intern. Now, in my day, interning, you were getting screwed over if you did like a free internship, like you just did it for the work experience and you did get paid. And even we knew back in that was bullshit and you never did it. And I had a video, I still do have a video about interning, how you will never work for free. You insist on having experience because otherwise the internship is worthless. Well, then it got to the point there were a couple instances where you could pay a company or an organization or school and then you would get an internship. And it was basically they mask it as, well, it's training, it's tuition, and this will make it better. Well, this is the first real company that just outright is giving you guys the finger. Desperate law graduates are apparently prepared to pay for their jobs. So this is what's come. This is from the couriermail.com.au in Australia. University graduates are so desperate to kickstart their careers, they're willing to pay big bucks to land their first jobs. A South Australian law firm is on its way to launching a unique opportunity for budding lawyers, offering grads a position that will allow them to receive on-the-job training for 2 years at a cost of $22,000. So you're going to work for free for 2 years, and you're going to pay them $11,000 a year. AdLaw Group, an offshoot of the established Adelaide firm WBH Legal, says its idea is a direct response to the current graduate job opportunity pool. We're an oversupply of qualified young lawyers in an industry that hasn't quite bounced back from the global financial crisis had led to a shortages of jobs for graduates. The firm denies the project is taking an unfair or predatory advantage of a dire situation. They just said what they were doing and capitalizing on it, and then in the next sentence, like true lawyers come and say, wait, this is a red bird from Angry Birds. No, it isn't. It's the $22,000 fee would cover the cost of training and mentoring and fast-track the young lawyers' careers, leaving them qualified to practice unsupervised while earning an income through their fees. The group hasn't been able to confirm exactly what that income would be, but told news.com.au projections indicated lawyers should comfortably be able to earn at least the national minimum standard. So you can work for minimum wage. In South Australia, new lawyers have to do 2 years of supervised work before they can practice independently. The program is also supposed to deter graduates from undertaking expensive postgraduate studies as they become disillusioned by uninspiring entry-level job figures and give up pursuing a legal career altogether. But see, don't you understand? See, you're Australia, you're a Western country, and the kids are brought up that their dreams dictate what society will do. The world will bend to their dreams. They want to become lawyers, and by God, the real world will go and create jobs, just like all of our theater majors here, like that idiot broad that put her degree up for sale for theater. Well, you see, the real world just doesn't understand. The kids determine what jobs will be in demand, not the other way around. It's not what is in demand will determine what people will work and do. No. We have to go and create, in a communist-like state, the jobs to be created to satisfy these people's egos. Anyway, AdLaw has run into some trouble trying to get the new concept up and running. My God, are you guys standing up for yourself now? You students have finally had enough. You said, fuck this. Its critics say the group is exploiting students and the business model has faced a probe from the Fair Work Ombudsman, so far without consequence. The South Australian Law Society has ordered a review into the business model, which AdLaw Group is confident will demonstrate the soundness and provide potential employees with confidence in the program. Well, at least the regulatory agencies are coming in. At the moment, the firm is confident it will be allowed to go ahead and newly admitted lawyers will soon be able to be given the opportunity to invest in their own future careers because they haven't invested enough time and money. Jesus Christ, quarter century of education and they still haven't spent enough. You cocksucking baby boomers still haven't bled enough financial lifeblood out of these kids, have you? If it does pass the review, the program won't go ahead without protest, with student groups and law societies prepared to fight it. Yeah, just don't participate. Just don't, and then, don't hire this firm. Anika Beattie is the president of Flinders Law Student Association, law student group of South Australian University. She told news.com.au it could be seen that the firm is exploiting students who are willing to go to extraordinary financial lengths to secure a position after undertaking an already long and expensive degree. Many of the top and mid-tier law firms around Australia who normally offer large clerkship and graduate programs have significantly reduced the number of law students they recruit for these programs since the global financial crisis, she said. As a result, there are significantly fewer positions available for graduates in traditional legal career paths, causing increased competition for the available positions and increased pressure on students who are feeling uncertain about the job prospects. A bachelor's of law from the University of Sydney, for example, costs around $35,000 on its own. They're probably in Australian dollars. I think it's roughly on par. It's on parity 1-to-1. The extra training required to practice will cost at least $8,000. After forking out so much for the qualifications, it's understandable wannabe lawyers are freaking out over graduate figures that indicate graduate unemployment is at an all-time low, or graduate employment is at an all-time low in the legal field, with around 24.7% of grads unable to secure full-time employment within 4 months of finishing a university degree, according to Graduate Careers Australia. God almighty, and that's just full-time employment. That doesn't even speak as to whether or not you're in your field. Kathleen Crossley is the editor of student magazine Survive Law and says students feel pressured to line up legal work experience from very early in their degrees. This typically intensifies as they become eligible to apply for clerkships, and graduate intakes in later years. Some law student societies even run events to help students handle the stress for applying for clerkships. The magazine's 2014 Australian Law Student Survey found 42% of law students felt stressed most or all the time about finding a relevant graduate job. Well, I'd imagine so after all that time and money. Yeah, I'd be a little concerned. Ms. Crossley graduated in 2005 after being admitted as a lawyer and chose to pursue a media career instead. So 10 years, she didn't become a lawyer. All that work didn't become a lawyer. She says the response from current students to the Ad Law group plan has been largely negative. They range from outraged to disheartened that only a few years of study, after a few years of study, they may have to pay to get a job. Anecdotally, many law students and graduates are finding it difficult to secure an entry-role position in the profession, but I doubt that many would sign up for the program. Ad Law's project manager Tina Hailstone told news.com.au the program has received around 25 applicants after its ad was pulled from the job search site Seek just one day after being listed. She says graduates have approached the firm as far as Western Australia looking to enter the workforce. Where was it? Oh, here it is. Okay, you guys are going to love this. Without a job in a law firm or equivalent, the newly admitted lawyer cannot get the prerequisite experience. Without the requisite experience, the newly admitted lawyer cannot pursue his or her chosen profession, the classical catch-22 situation. Despite the criticism, Ms. Hailstone said there was a strong social justice element to the ad law concept. Oh, you got the buzzwords in there, man. You got those millennials all wet, didn't you? Social justice. What did I say about, look at my video, why most lawyers are scum? Look it up, because they're all typically liberal arts majors who didn't want to really work hard, couldn't find jobs, says, well, I'm going to become a lawyer, because they just can't admit that they're too lazy and that they didn't want to try hard in life. So then they go to law school, they can't get into a really good law school because, they went to dipshit U and got an average degree. And there are sharks, man. Sharks in the water. All these law schools are more than happy to take your money in 3 years of your life. And there's your degree. And then the ego, they can't just let it go. They have to go and do something because they were meant for greatness, because their parents have been telling them the entire time how great they are. And so, and ad law, good bless them. That's very shark-like, where they say it's a strong social justice element. It's like, ooh, people are going to apply. They're going to help the world. But student groups aren't buying it. News.com.au was told by a number of law student groups that they plan to publicly advocate on the issue in coming weeks. Finders Law Society President Anika Beattie told News.com.au it was clear they are taking advantage of a tough job market and the stress felt by many students regarding...
survey results.
Okay. Thanks for playing when I didn't ask you to. And stress felt by many students regarding job prospects. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry you're born into this job market. But you don't. You just have principles. Have self-respect. You don't pay to work. You don't. Just have some self-respect. Don't you go work. Go, seriously, there's more honor in going to work as a barista or a gas station attendant or a warehouse stocking person than there is paying to go work at a prestigious firm. Like these firms, like they can't afford to pay you a little bit. That's always my favorite. They make millions of dollars. And you guys know me. I'm a big pro-capitalist. I'm pro-rich. I don't know why you would be anti-poor or rich, but anyway. If they wanted to, they could. What, you think this $22,000? Come on, that money's gonna go straight to some partner spoiled brat kid living over wherever the fancy places are in Australia. Like it goes to somebody's boat. That's where it goes. Anyway, I'm sorry for all you kids entering this labor market, but help out some friends, help out some loved ones that are younger than you. Have them go get the book Worthless. It applies pretty much in all the Western world. Okay. Get the book Worthless. It's on Amazon.com. Shoot, I think you can get it for $5. On Kindle, you could get it, I think, $12 for audio in case you don't want to read. You just want to download it and listen to it. You could get it there. And trust me, that little amount of time and money you spend is going to save you certainly the disgrace and the shame of having to pay to work. Best of luck. And remember, only paid internships. Toodles.